right, we are 1 minute to roller derby. Welcome back to round 6 of Statewide Stampede. I am your commentator, Siebes, from Westside Roller Derby. Today we have game 2 is Team Regional Victoria against the Nerdy Dragons. We have officiating for us today Butcher Bird, Bricks, PMS, Blizzard, Panda, Achilles Wheel, Froggy J, Kaiju, Bubblegum Blitz, Pee-wee, Knives to See You, Hells Yeah, Misdemeanor, Skate Pilgrim, Beck W, Exy, and Candy Bunts. We have both teams lining up on the track ready for our Jam 1. All right, looks like we're all set for some roller derby. We've got, for the Nerdy Dragons, 818 Dolly lining up to jam. And for Team Regional Victoria, we've got 222 Maple Madness. All right, we've got both jammers stuck behind some pretty solid walls there. Some nice offense at the front with Dolly out for our lead jammer. Oh, and a quick jump through the pack by Maple Madness, stashing that jammer panty. Dolly out for the first call off and the first few points of the game. Lining up to jam next is number 0 from Team Regional Victoria, Lil Miss, and number 10 from Nerdy Dragons, KTKO. The jam is on for a quick lead for KTKO. Little Miss creating some chaos in the pack there. KTKO for a quick 4 points and a star pass to Gav. Quick hit off. And the star on, meaning we've got Skater McGavin jamming for us. KTKO with the call off before any points can be scored by Team Regional Victoria. Now we've got a kick for TRV and we've got Kitty out at the front. Oh, quick lead by Kitty for Dragon City. Kick following not too far behind. Kitty coming in for her first scoring pass. Oh, with a quick call-off stopping TRV from getting any points. Some beautiful strategy there. So we've got Dolly up against Lil Miss for this next jam. Dolly up the front getting lead jammer. We've got a bit of chaos in the pack there, letting Little Miss get to the front. Beautiful, beautiful get back together of Nerdy Dragons. Dolly out for her first 4 points. Oh, quick, nice footwork on the outside line there by Dolly. Well, we've got a nice strong tripod at the back there, holding Little Miss. Beautiful hit out there by Cow Crusher and a recycle to the back. And it looks like we've had a star pass for TRV, Skater McGavin. Now making those blockers move. Dolly coming around for the next 4 points. Dolly getting a forearms penalty, so sitting in the bin now. Just as the jam comes to its natural conclusion. We have a 20-point jam for the Nerdy Dragons. The largest points jam so far. 22 points for this jam. Giving Dragon City 33 points total against TRV. Looks like we're in a bit of an official timeout, so I'll take this time to introduce some of the skaters. For TRV, we've got number 0, Lil Miss, 118, Kick, 142, Mama Mayhem, 19, Cow Crusher, 1994, Tickles, 222, Maple Madness, 333, Cinderella, 555, Donna Kebab, 68, Bender, 8, Skater McGavin, and 999, Mary Extreme. Looks like we've got a bit of clean-up on track. We've got both teams lined up quite close to the pivot line. Ready for 222 Maple Madness to start jamming on her power jam. KO at the top there, doing what she does best. Making life a bit hell for Maple Madness there. And a nice bit of offense, letting Maple Madness get lead jammer. Coming in for her first scoring pass as Dolly comes in for her initial pass. Making short work of that. Beautiful line work on the inside there. Beautiful bits of offense by the TRV. We've got TRV calling off the jam, with Dragon City picking up an extra 4 points. TRV picking up 2. Well, this is a new jammer matchup. We've got Little Miss against Kitty Kaboom. Little Miss being held back at the back there by a Very strong blocker pod. But out not too far behind Kitty Kaboom. Oh, apologies, it's Keza Kapow. Too many K names. All right, lining up to jam now. We've got Kick for TRV and Smackaron for Nerdy Dragons. We've got a nice hit out there at the back by Psycho. Both teams holding their jammers quite well. A few runbacks here. Beautiful line work on the inside there by Smack. Smack picking up lead jammer. Oh, a late skating out of bounds penalty for Smack. On her way to the bin, we've got Kick right up the front against Psycho. Beautiful pack work here by Nerdy Dragons. And Kick is out on her next scoring pass. Kick has earned lead for TRV. Possibly the penalty that Smack picked up meant she was ineligible to be given lead title. So Kick is up for her first scoring pass. We've got Smack out of the bin, coming back on her initial pass. Kick calling the jam off, picking up 2 points, 3 points for Team Regional Victoria. Looks like we've got a bit of an official timeout happening. Some sort of discussion happening with the refs. So one thing we love about Stampede is it's a great learning opportunity for everybody, and refs can come together from different clubs, talk about reffing, all of the rules that they might not know, they might be learning. There's so many things to discuss about the rules. All right, official timeout is over and we are back on for Jam 7. We've got Lil Miss lining up for Team Regional Victoria, and we've got Smackaron starting in the bin. So we have a power start for Team Regional Victoria. One big hit off the line there by Lil Miss, creating a bit of chaos in the pack there. Oh, and a forearms penalty going to the TRV jammer, Lil Miss. That'll mean a jammer bounce for Smackaron, coming out of the bin for her first initial pass. Taking on that TRV. As Smackaron started in the bin, the penalty was from the last jam, so she has earned lead jammer. We've got Little Miss out of the bin as Smackaron comes in for her first scoring pass. Lil Miss hitting the Nerdy Dragon pack. It's a real solid wall there, but making her way through. We've had Smack recycled to the back by Skater McGavin. Oh, and almost a last-minute hit from KO, but Lil Miss gets around it. Smackaron comes out for her first 4 points. Calling off that jam, keeping Team Regional Vic at 0 points for this jam. So our score update, 12 minutes in, is Dragon City Nerdy and Northeast Roller Derby Nerdy Dragons on 42 points to Team Regional Victoria 6 points. Well, this is the first time we've seen Spag on the jammer lineup today against number 222 Maple Madness. Spag coming out as your lead jammer, making her way around the track. Making light work of that pack, using that beautiful open inside lane, cutting straight through for the first 4 points. Maple Madness running through that pack, forcing a no pack. Spag picking up the last 4 points and calling it off. Looks like we'll be starting this next jam 3-on-3 with both pivots sitting in the bin. We've got Shrek up at that pivot line, calling for a timeout. Classic move. All right, and we're back. We've got Psycho jamming for Nerdy Dragons and Kick sticking her tongue out to me, jamming for TRV. And the jam is on. Both teams facing solid tripods there. Psycho making TRV move. Getting recycled a little bit, but coming out for lead jammer. Coming in for the first scoring pass. Penalty to the TRV pivot there. But Psycho coming away with 4 points. We've got a kick still in the back there, making our way through. We've got only 2 TRV skaters on the track at the moment. Only able to do some defensive skating. We've got Little Miss off the track, headed to the bin for a blocking out of play, but luckily for TRV, their pivot is on the track, picking up not picking up a penalty. Almost. Back on the track with Star in hand, putting it on, while Psycho comes around for a scoring pass. Beautiful work there, Psycho. We've got another 4 points. Giving us a 20-point jam by the Nerdy Dragons. We have another official timeout happening. Refs coming in to discuss something. So I'm not sure if this is an official review or they're just getting the captains and alternates. So it's not. It's an official timeout, but they're getting the captains and alternates in to discuss something. I'm going to go see if I can figure out what it is. All right, we had a lot to discuss in that official review there. We were discussing the no-pack call and the failure to reform for TRV's skater number 333, Cinderella. The penalty stands, and we have lining up KTKO for Nerdy Dragons and 222 Maple Madness for TRV. We've got KO out as your lead jammer for this jam, with 222 Maple Madness behind a real solid tripod. KO using those beautiful edges to stay inbounds, picking up 4 points. We've had White 3-3 picking up a cut track penalty, heading to the bin as the jammer, while KO comes around for another 4 points. Looks like we've got Nerdy Dragons coming in to do a bit of offense, and a big hit there by TRV captain Cowcrusher, forcing KO to call off the jam. So we have 333 sitting in the bin. She initially went in as a jammer, but I believe the cut track penalty she had was assessed prior to her being past the star, which is why she's in there now as the pivot, and the star has been given back to her bench coach. Which means we have both jammers lining up for this next jam. We've got number 8, Skater McGavin, against number 19, Spag. Match up. Jam is on, both jammers rushing through that pack. Skater McGavin out with a quick lead, followed not too far behind by Spag. TRV bench calling out points and call for Skater McGavin. Not quick enough to stop Spag, picking up 4 points against TRV's 2. We have another official timeout. Possibly due to the scoreboard, but we've got our tournament head NSO, Frank, going there to sort them out. Frank to the rescue. All right, Derby is back on. We've got 818 Dolly lining up for Nerdy Dragons and 222 Maple Madness for TRV. Dolly coming out for your lead jammer. We've got Maple Madness. Black 8-6 picking up a forearms penalty. And it looks like Kick, our pivot, has picked up the star pass from Maple Madness, making her way out of the pack now with the star. Dolly picking up 4 points. Her bench pointing at the bin, making sure we're going to clear that. Clearing the bin and calling off the jam, picking up 1 point apiece. Official timeout over. We've got KTKO jamming for Nerdy Dragons. Little Miss facing the wrong way for TRV. Derby is on. And there's a few little hits there by Little Miss against KO, but she just shrugs them off and picks up lead jammer. Little Miss making her way out of the pack now, coming around for a scoring pass. KO getting recycled there by Gav. Coming in to pick up a few points before calling it off, leaving TRV. We've got 3 points there for Nerdy Dragons. We've got the South Sea skaters sitting in the stands, giving us a big cheer squad for TRV. Love to see it. Derby supporting Derby. We love it. Right, Maple Madness against Keza Kapow. Razorback in the middle there, keeping pack. Lots of tumbles in this jam. We've got Maple Madness being recycled there by Psycho, and a beautiful hit to the inside there by Cinderella, forcing Keza Kapow all the way to the back of the pack. Unfortunately, picking up a direction penalty in the meantime. Keza Kapow on her way to the bin for a back block. Looks like we are 3-on-3 with a power jam at the moment. Oh, with Psycho off to the penalty box too. We've got a 2-wall just for Dragon City. So we've got Maple Madness out of the pack. We are not lead jammer for Maple Madness. So we'll have a full 2-minute jam here. Maple Madness picking up a forearms penalty while Keza Kapow comes out of the bin, making her way back on track. Beautiful big hits there by Cinderella. Maple Madness Keza Kapow out on her first scoring pass now. Jam has been called off. Has she scored any points? Oh, unfortunately not. We've got 2 points there for Maple Madness. We've got Southsea cheering now for the Nerdy Dragons. Southsea is your best cheer squad ever. Official timeout. Looks like there's something on the ground that needs to be swept up. We've got Beck there with the paper towel. Thank you so much for keeping us safe. We love your work. So it's a drip from the roof and not a drip from a skater, which is really lovely. Drips from skaters are not so nice to clean up. You don't know where it's come from. All right, so we got Dolly lining up as jammer for Nerdy Dragons with Maple Madness in the bin. And a quick lead there for Dolly. We've got Maple Madness coming in, hitting a very solid wall there. Dolly coming up for her first 4 points. Points, but Nerdy Dragon opportunity. So in that last jam, now up to 107 points. They've hit that first century. Playing a wonderful defensive game, keeping Regional Victoria at 9 points. So we've got Cunning Linguist skating for the jammer for Nerdy Dragons. Against number 6-8 for TRV. These are two jammers we haven't seen yet today. Ling Ling picking up lead jammer. Creating quite a fast pack there for both skaters. Kick taking a star pass, coming out of the pack there, popping a star on, try and pick up some points. Picking up some points before calling it off. Did team manage to pick up any points? 1 point there, 1 point for should have been 2 points there. Remembering the bin point. If a skater gets past the backmost skater of the pack while somebody else is in the bin, they pick up that not on the track point automatically. So we got Spag lined up as a quick lead for Nerdy Dragons, with Lil Miss battling her way through that solid wall there. Spag breaking apart that TRV wall, picking up 4 points. Looks like we've had a star pass to Skater McGavin for TRV, popping that star on her head to try and grab some points. Spag making light work of that before calling it off. Four points for Nerdy Dragons. We got KTKO with a little spin at the front there. Outfield Jammer followed not too far behind by Maple Madness. Both teams keeping each other apart. KTKO calling, picking 4 points. Dragon City playing a really strategic game of lots of points and call, keeping Team Regional Victoria to minimal points, trying to maximise their points in the process. We've got Gav lined up with the star for TRV against Ling Ling for Nerdy Dragons. Gav getting a big run up there, breaking apart that tripod. It looks like Ling Ling's picked up a cut track penalty, I believe, leaving Gav for a power jam. Gav hopping off the track there just to make sure that she doesn't get a cut track penalty. Keeping her feet beautifully inbounds to pick up that lead jammer. Big cheers here for Skater McGavin. We have TRV doing a points and call. Looks to be it's to TRV in that last jam. 1-8 kick to help her jam around. Process. We've got 2-2 Maple Madness still stuck in the pack. Solid tripod there. It's a solid moment. Spag coming around for another 4 points. Spag making those TRV blockers move, forcing that out of there, picking up another 4 points. Looks like we've had a star pass to 1-1-8 kick. Getting a few big hits on the way out, but forcing that call off. And that looks like it's intermission. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Give yourself a nice snack from the bake sale over at the front door. We've got some delicious pizza rolls, if you ask me. Lots of beautiful cupcakes. We've got some slices. Go pick yourself up a quick little treat. And we are 15 seconds to Derby. Ready for period 2 of the second game of Statewide Stampede Round 6. Team Regional Victoria versus the Nerdy Dragons. Officials having a quick chat in the centre there, getting ready to jump in for period 2. All right, and starting on the jammer line, we've got Dolly for Nerdy Dragons and Lil Miss for TRV. All right, we've got lead jammer is Lil Miss for Team Regional Victoria, with Dolly headed to the bin for a cut track penalty. Pack speeding up, slowing down now, getting ready for Lil Miss. Coming in. Lil Miss coming away with 4 points. We've got TRV lined up on the outside, jumping in to do a little bit of offense for Lil Miss to get to. Getting pushed to the inside, but calling that jam off just as Dolly makes it out of the bin to the back of the pack. Picking up 3 points in the process. Oh. KO lining up as the Nerdy Dragons jammer against 6'8" Bender for TRV. KO getting recycled there by Kick from TRV. Picking up lead jammer. Bender from TRV being recycled by Psycho. Still on her initial pass, but with the jammer cover off. No pack being called, letting KO pick up another 4 points. Bender being stuck behind this beautifully strong Nerdy Dragons pack with KO on the inside line there. Little hop to get through, picking up 4 points untouched. Cow Crusher trying to take on KO, deciding it's not worth getting hit by KO. We've got Kick with the star, had a star pass from Bender, getting pushed out on the outside line there, being recycled by Ling Ling. Some beautiful pack work here by Nerdy Dragons, making the most of that run back for Kick, with KO out for another 4 points, giving her a 24-point jam. Jam coming to its natural conclusion. Giving us the biggest jam of the game today, 28 points for KO for Nerdy Dragons. We've got Spag lined up for Nerdy Dragons and Lil Miss for TRV. Spag taking a big hit, but getting back up. It's a big chase between both jammers, but we have Lil Miss coming out with the lead. Gav taking on Spag, but no pack forcing her to stop blocking. Lil Miss calling off the jam, forcing Nerdy Dragons to 0 points, but unfortunately not picking up any in that. Jam. We've got Dolly out as your lead jammer. With Maple Madness stuck behind the Nerdy Dragons pack at the back there. Dolly forcing apart that tripod for TRV. Kick doing a bit of offense for TRV, trying to get out Maple Madness. Dolly coming through for another 4 points. Bit of a tumble there for Kick and Maple Madness. Trying to get their jammer out. Causing a little bit of chaos as Dolly comes through. Beautifully on the inside line there. Kick facing a real solid tripod at the front of that pack there. Calling for her teammates to do a little bit of offense as she comes through. Little jump on the inside line there for Dolly, picking up another 4 points. Bringing us to another 28-point jam. On the inside line there, the jam coming to its natural end. I spoke too soon last time. This is the biggest point jam of the game so far. Dolly with a 32-point jam. Calamity June lined up for Nerdy Dragons against Gav for TRB. Calamity June making quick work of that lead jammer status. Gav is being recycled by the Nerdy Dragon skaters. A little bit of jammer on jammer action by Gav there. June headed to the bin for a back block, unfortunately. Gives us a power jam in TRV's favour. Gav facing off against KO. Both of these skaters have exceptional footwork. Gav skating backwards as a KO headed to the bin for a forearms. Gav jumping in ahead because KO was the only one ahead. Coming around for her scoring pass. June is out of the bin and in pack, keeping those beautiful feet on the outside line, staying in, picking up 4 points in the process. Picking up another points. See those smiles as Gav exits the pack after a little hit from KO. June on the outside there. Picking up 3 points. Pretty even jam there with 8 points apiece. TRV and Nerdy Dragons. We've got 2-2-2 Maple Madness lining up. Well, official timeout. All right, we're back on. Maple Madness lining up for TRV against 7-7 Crackerjack for Nerdy Dragons. First time we've seen Crackerjack on the line, on the jammer line for Nerdy Dragons. Headed to a bin. I missed that penalty. So we've got a power jam for TRV Maple Madness. We've got TRV doing some passive offense at the back there, it looks like it, against a solid, strong tripod from Nerdy Dragons. Crackerjack back from the bin. That TRV tripod move. Pushing through. Not getting lead status because she went to the bin during this jam. Lead status is no longer a jam. Star pass to Cinderella for TRV. Coming around for our next scoring pass, we've got TRV on the outside line here, looking to do a little bit of offense. All of them clearing that inside line. Unfortunately, Cinderella being forced all the way to the outside there into the Dragons bench area, being recycled by Psycho, picking up all 4 points for TRV. Looks like we've got Crackerjack still in the bin but standing. So this next start will be a bit of a power start for TRV. They're sending out Little Miss to make the most of that. Miss being a little bit by Bangers there, but Crackerjack is out of the bin at the top of the pack, being awarded lead jammer. Cracker making the Nerdy Dragons team breaking that TRV pack apart, letting Tracker come through. Little Miss with a star in her hand. Jam being called off. With an official review being called by TRV. I'm going to go find out what they're talking about. With both jammers having gone to the bin in this jam, we will have no lead jammer and a 2-minute jam. Got Dolly making quick work of that scoring pass. Dolly headed to the bin for a cut track penalty. 1 foot on the outside line. Maple Madness struggling against the very strong Nerdy Dragons blockers. We did get a star pass there, but a beautiful recycle by the Nerdy Dragons. Star pass to Cow Crusher. Jam comes to its natural conclusion. With Dolly in the bin, we've got Lil Miss for a power start for TRV. We've got a bit of offense there by the TRV skaters. Trying to help out Little Miss. Little Miss coming out for your lead jammer status. TRV getting that pack moving for a bit of offense. as Little Miss comes through for a scoring pass. Dolly out for initial pass. Kick taking a big fall there. But Dolly getting through in her initial. Little Miss calling it off. Picking up 3 points in the process. Kezika Powell out for your lead jammer, but followed closely by Maple Madness. TRV pack speeding up. Who wants to get to the front of that pack? Both. Big hit there by Cinderella. Kezika Powell calling it off from the ground. She's up and she's good, team. Picking up 2 points in the process. We've got Lil Miss out for an early lead against Smackaron for Nerdy Dragons. Smackaron is out as Lil Miss comes in for his first scoring pass. Lil Miss calling off the jam with 3 points. Smackaron picking up all 4 points. Nerdy Dragons calling for a 1-minute team timeout. A very strong block up. Rage at the front. One-on-one against Skater McGavin. At the top there, picking up your lead jammer. Rage on the outside there as Gav picks up a star pass for TRV. Rage coming in for another scoring pass. Calling the jam. Picking up 2 points. We've got Calamity June jamming for Nerdy Dragons, picking up your lead jammer against Lil Miss for TRV. June coming in for a scoring pass. With some beautiful offense there by Dolly. Getting kick and tickles out of her way. Lil Miss heading off to the bin for a cut track penalty, leaving a power jam for Dragon City. June picking up 4 points and calling the jam. With Lil Miss still in the bin, this will mean a power jam for Nerdy Dragons. Kezika Powell lining up for that power start. Her team doing a bit of offense for her. Taking a big hit against Gav, but picking up lead jammer. Lil Miss out of the bin and into the pack for her initial pass. A one-on-one at the front there with Skater McGavin and Kezika Powell. Gav picking up an out-of-play block, headed to the bin. Lil Miss with a one-on-one with Psycho at the back there. Meeting that Nerdy Dragons tripod at the top there. KO with the hit back and the recycle. One-on-one at the front there with Keza and Mary Extreme. Keza coming away with all 4 points. Lil Miss trying to get through that tripod at the back there. It's a very strong tripod there with Psycho and KTKO. Keza coming away with another 4 points. KO recycling Lil Miss as far back as possible. Keza with another 4 points. As the jam comes to its natural end. All right, looks like we got Razorback jamming for Nerdy Dragons against Maple Madness for TRV. Jam is on. Both jammers out, pushing through the pack. Got Razorback. Dolly doing some beautiful offense for Razorback at the top there, picking up lead jammer. With some excellent 2-ball at the back there by the Nerdy Dragons holding Maple Madness. Razorback picking up 4 points. Some beautiful offense there by Dolly. Razorback calling the jam off. We have some official timeout to look after a potentially injured skater. So with that official timeout ending, it looks like that is the end of this game. We had Nerdy Dragons ending up on 288 points to Team Regional Victoria's 44.